What's happening, people? It's your boy, Brother Winston, with another video. If you like my content, make sure to follow this page and also follow me on YouTube at Brother Winston, the same name. All right. So today we're talking about Roda again. All right, because there are a lot of important things that come from this, and I'm gonna talk about it. All right. So was this woman scamming? Absolutely. Are we here to talk about that? No. You should know by now that she was scamming. All right. This is behind me is another GoFundMe that she has. Okay. She's made a few of them. All right, throughout the years for scams that she's pulled, saying that she was hurt, or she was all kinds of stuff. Okay. You can find stuff online. All right. I've seen people online saying, it was probably men that had a video saying, look, it wasn't the men's fault, it's all the women's fault. The reality is that it's Rhoda's fault, number one, because she's the one that pulled the scam, she's the one that created the scam. All right. Did many women and many black women believe her? Too many of them did, yes. Okay. Did some of them attack me on my page for saying this was a scam? Absolutely. Did some of them attack me on my lives and make fun of me? Yes, they did. But still, the vast majority of black women, I don't believe were supporting her. All right, her scammy ways. All right. But I saw somebody with a live, they were saying, look, at the end of the day, it's all the black women's fault. And that is not true. And if we as men say that, we're doing the exact same thing that we are saying that they're doing to us. Okay? When it comes to relations, especially when it comes to black people in the USA, okay, when it comes to our relations with men and women, we both do good things. We both do bad things. We both have succeeded and done all kind of great stuff to build our families up. We also, the men and women, have also done a lot of things to tear our families down. Okay? But as it pertains to people like Roda, okay, obvious scammer, okay, we have to be wise and we have to be smart, all right, when it comes to picking who we're dating, because a lot of the back and forth between Roda has to do with relations between men and women, okay, and dating and marriage and all that kind of stuff, and women saying we dated men, they treated us this way, and men saying we dated women, they treated us that way, and so on and so forth, okay, or whatever kind of relationship they were in, all right. But as I said before, and this is really true, guys, if you like this content, all right, make sure to share this if you can, you know what I mean, save it. The reality is this: we have to take account for our own actions. Okay, we have to take responsibility for our own actions. Okay, and say, look, I chose this person. All right, for the men and the women. All right, you can't say, baby, look, this guy has been doing X, Y, Z. He's a good for nothing, blah, blah, blah. Well, you chose him. He may have asked you out, but you said yes. You saw the stuff that he was doing was wrong, and you decided to stay with him. And now when some women decide to beat up on men, you say, yeah, I had a man like this, blah, 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 without remembering the fact that you decided to stay with the guy. You could have left at any time, but you decided to stay. Same thing with the men. A lot of times, and I've done this before myself, we've picked women who we knew were not good for us. We picked women and dated women who we went with them because they had a big butt. They, look impressive. They look sexy. And when other guys was around, having that woman with us made us look better than all of them. And we wanted to flex on them. So we picked this woman. No one could have what this woman was a gold digger or just wasn't no good at all and knew that we could never get married to this woman. Okay, I've dated women before who I knew wanted to get married. And I wanted to get married, but I didn't want to marry them. Okay. And every time actually, I did not know that was the case. I found that out later. Okay. You got to kind of go with people to understand who they are. Okay. But sometimes after that, when I realized that I could not marry them, I stayed with them, which was only wasting their time. Okay, same thing with women. You did with a guy, that y'all can't be together forever, and the other person wants that, the man wants that, but you just waste their time, so they could be with somebody else, but you're with them, wasting their time. Okay, these are things that men and women do, and we have to take responsibility for what we are doing. And stop blaming other people. If you continue to blame other people, you will always be missing the mark in life. You will always be missing that person that you're looking for. You will always be missing, not just with relationships, but with everything. Okay, if you are first to blame everyone else instead of looking and saying it's something that I did wrong, okay, especially if you're seeing the exact same thing happen over and over again. If you're a woman, for example, right, and you keep seeing the exact same type of guy over and over again. You should say to yourself, am I picking this kind of guy? Am I picking this kind of guy? Okay, what am I accepting? Same thing with the men. Am I picking this type of woman? All right. Now, what I'm going to do really quickly before this video is over, I want to give you guys some tips. I'm going to give the women some tips first, all right, on types of men that you should steer clear from, all right? and I'm going to, once again, use Roda as an example for this, okay? As this situation was going on with Roda, right? And all this stuff was being unveiled that she was a scammer, or I did some lives. I did some lives about her, right? And there were some guys that came into my lives, and they were basically supporting her. This is when the evidence was mounting that she was a scammer, okay? It was obvious. Guys kept coming into my life, supporting her, and trying to attack me, all right? And I'm looking at these guys, and I can see miles away that these guys have their own, accounts and so on and so forth, with their own pages, okay? Because just to come on my live, I believe you have to have like a certain amount of followers, okay, just to get on my live. You can't just come on live with no followers, okay? To be a guest, I should say, okay, and actually come on and talk and so on and so forth, okay? So they have their own following, all right? And they're basically on my lives saying everything that some women want to hear, okay? I want women to know, if you see a guy like that where all he does is agree with you all day long, you should steer clear from that guy, because that guy most likely just wants to sleep with you. I'm just telling you the facts here. Remember this guy? If you don't know who this man is named Derek Jackson. He was a guy who essentially built his empire on bashing black men and saying everything that many black women, not all black women, but many black women wanted to hear, which is that black men are dogs, you can't trust them, and then he would say things to basically try to chastise us all day long, okay? When I heard of this guy and saw him, I immediately knew where he was coming from. I immediately knew what he was trying to do, and that is get a bunch of women to love him, okay, so that he could basically have the pick of the litter and sleep with any of them that he wants to, which is exactly what happened. And most men watching this guy when he was doing this stuff before he was out, and we all knew that's what he was trying to do. But if we try to tell some of the women who were following him this, they wouldn't believe us. They'd say, "Oh no, you just don't like the fact that he's telling the truth." No, we can see what kind of guy he is. And then, oh, lo and behold, we come to find that what we were saying was true. That he was with all these different women, and he was cheating with his wife, which most men could tell, because we are men, and we can tell those type of guys that do that kind of stuff. Those men do those type of things, okay? But a lot of times some women don't want to listen to us, okay? When you see a man where all he does is agree with you, let's say you just meet a guy, and all he does, 24/7, he's just always agreeing with you. He's just always, I'm telling you. I'm not saying that sometimes you and the guy may be a lot alike, but people like this guy, I'm trying to tell you, these are the kind of people you need to steer clear from, okay? Because men are very critical. Even the dumbest guy sees things very differently than the way a woman sees things, okay? And we evaluate things very, very differently. So if you see a guy like this guy that's just saying, yeah, it's all the men, they're the ones that are the problem, okay? Or if you see, or for the men, if you see a woman that's just saying we're all the problem, you should be like, that seems kind of odd. You should, ask yourself the question, what is this person's true intent? I made a few videos about Roda, okay? And I didn't make these videos to make fun of her. I made these videos to expose what she's doing so people will stop giving her money. But I also want to say is I actually feel sorry for her, okay? And I know a lot of people are like, I don't feel sorry for her. I don't feel sorry that she's outed. I feel sorry for the fact that she's gotten to this place in life, okay? And I really pray for the girl that, for the woman that, she finds the right way, finds God, and leaves this mess that she's doing, okay? Because she obviously has a lot of bitterness. I'm going to tell you guys the facts. She obviously has a lot of bitterness in her heart. And she doesn't know what to do with it. She doesn't know how to handle that. You understand what I'm saying? And there are a lot of women and men just like her. All right. And that's a very, very sad, unfulfilling life. Okay. She's taken that bitterness, grabbed a whole group of people and used them as a stepping stone. Okay. To benefit from financially. And she's done this more than once. All right. But in her own personal life, I know she does a lot of acting, but in the day, I guarantee you that she's coming out of a place of sadness. Okay. I'm not trying to defend her at all. Okay. Like I said, you look at my page, I made videos exposing her, like a few of them. Okay. But at the end of the day, her life is coming out of a place of sadness. And this is what happens when you harbor bitterness. Okay. This is what happens when you continue to look at the problem, or this man was the problem, or this woman was the problem. But figure out how you can get a solution. Okay. Come to God, come to Christ. That's what I would say. Okay. And open up your eyes to the truth. Okay. Evaluate what you're doing. Look at your own actions. All right. And don't do the exact same thing, hoping to get a different result. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. It's your boy, Brother Winston, coming at you on another video. Peace.